closure doesn't necessarily need to happen immediately when you end a relationship, because let's face it, let's say a guy breaks up with you or a girl breaks up with you, and then you're feeling sad, and then you're calling, okay, I need to see you, like, I need you to explain what happened, what did I do wrong, and you go to their house, and let's say you guys were initially passionate with each other. You guys have sex, and you as the girl, you probably come back home expecting to see messages, or have you gotten home, or call me when you get home, but you get to your house and you don't see shit like that. Then it now further worsens the headspace that you're in, because you start feeling like, okay, like you now start feeling more confused than when you initially went in search of the closure. You don't necessarily need to get closure now. Closure can come sometime in the future. Do you understand? I no longer felt for him that way anymore. Today I'm going to be talking about the best way to get closure from your ex. Yes, so I'm just going to dive right into it, but before I do, my name is Annabelle. I make content about stuff like this because I believe everybody needs that one person who they can relate to, who they can talk about their relationship problems with without feeling judged. I know a whole lot of people who have terrible experiences when it comes to dating and relationship, so yeah, this is a safe space for you to express yourself in that regard. So yeah, without much further ado, the best way to get closure from your ex. So I'm going to use myself as a case study, right? Because I always do, especially if I can relate to stuff like that. So when I was much younger, I think that was my first serious relationship. It lasted for almost 3 years. And safe to say, I was really toxic. I mean, he was a good guy. He was a very good guy. Like, he was sweet. His hands were like this. He was sweet. He understood me. He was caring. Like, he was gentle. He was patient with me. But I was much younger. I was 16, 17. And I was so toxic. I was always throwing tantrums. Do you understand? And every time he would try to explain to me, try to apologize, like, he was so sweet. I'm not even going to lie. But yeah, I was young and dumb. And I did a whole lot of stupid shit. I said a whole lot of stupid shit to this young man who shouldn't have gone through stuff like that in my hand. So he relocated from Nigeria to outside Nigeria to get his master's done, and that further worsened my tantrum. My tantrums increased by the 100. So I would always throw tantrums every day, even when he was going through shit and he couldn't reach out to me. I would throw tantrums back to back to back. So one day, this young man said, "You know what? And I can't keep dealing with this. I can't keep up with this. I'm done." I was like, "You're done?" I couldn't believe it. I thought he was joking. So the next day, I reached out to him, but he was like, "I'm serious." And that was when it dawned on me, because I would rather die than, okay, God forbid, I'm not dying in Jesus' name, but I would rather mop the ocean and sweep the Sahara Desert than to beg a man to be with me. That's something my mom imbibed in me a long time ago when I was still a child. And like, "Mama, if you beg a man to..." So yeah, because of that, I didn't even ask him. I didn't even beg. Like, I didn't even beg. Yes, I knew I was wrong, because the honest truth is, my pride is like my pride. So I'd rather go my way than to ask you, "Okay, let's please date, please give me another chance, okay, I'll be better." Like, I apologize whenever he told me, he made me understand I was wrong. I apologize. But at this point, he was like, "I can't do this again. This relationship is over." Even if I kept breaking up with him several times in the relationship, because I mean, women do that. So but at that point, he was the one who said, "You know what, and I can't keep up this relationship. It's over. I'm not doing this anymore." So I was still in school. I had just gotten my admission into 100 level, into university. So it was a whole lot of emotions. It was like, then I was living alone at that, like at that point I was living alone. So but I processing the breakup, with getting into school, with all of that, first time living alone, it was having nobody to talk to. It was a whole lot. But I was like, I cut into my friend, and I cut my mind. I was like, I'm not going to go to meet this guy for that. The thing is, why I'm talking about this is because you don't necessarily need to get closure now. Closure can come sometime in the future. Do you understand? Because coming back to this, I think 3 or 4 years later, he reached out to me to explain that, okay, this is what happened. I couldn't keep up. I'm sorry that he was like, he's sorry he didn't handle it better. He would have handled it better, but he's sorry he put me through all of that hurt and all of that. And he even wanted us to get back together. Like, he didn't just say all of this in one day. Even there was this long ass conversation we had of him explaining, okay, he's sorry, and like, okay, I was like, okay, this is closure. At least I wasn't entirely evil. He made me understand we had good times. We did have good times, but like, I had this breath. I had this. I felt like I could breathe because it felt like I'd been holding my breath the entire time. But I was in a much better place, and I didn't see myself being in a relationship with him again because we had grown into different lives. Like, I'm trying to say that closure doesn't necessarily need to happen immediately when you end a relationship, because let's face it, let's say a guy breaks up with you or a girl breaks up with you, and then you're feeling sad, and then you're calling, okay, I need to see you, like, I need you to explain what happened, what did I do wrong, and you go to their house, and let's say you guys were initially passionate with each other. You guys have sex, and you as the girl, you probably come back home expecting to see messages, or have you gotten home, or call me when you get home. But you get to your house and you don't see shit like that. Then it now further worsens the headspace that you're in, because you start feeling like, okay, like you now start feeling more confused than when you initially went in search of the closure. Because at that point, oh shit, my button has been open since, and you guys didn't even tell me. So yeah, you come back to your house and then there's no message from him. It now leaves you further confused, because now you're like, okay, but we had sex. Okay, but we were intimate. Like, is it that what does that mean? Like, what's that supposed to mean? Like, but you start second guessing yourself. But the fact that we were intimate, that means he's attracted to me, right? But why hasn't it? It just messes your head. So you can agree with me that you were better before you left in search of closure than you are. Do you understand? Because it's possible to be attracted to somebody and not even want to be committed to them. It's very much possible. Even as women, it's very possible that you're attracted to a man, but you don't want to be committed to him. So likewise, maybe all he felt for you was attraction, and that's why he felt like he should end things with you. So, let me catch my breath. So basically, closure, I think closure is just delayed. It's just you delaying the inevitable. It's just because you feel like closure is supposed to make you feel better because you're struggling. He dumps you in a pit and you're struggling. He or she dumps you in a pit and you're struggling. Okay, if I can just climb out and ask them why they dumped me here, they won't. But bottom line, that's where you are. At the end of the day, even if they explain, this is what you did, you're going to start feeling like you can rectify it. If they say, okay, this is what you did, this is how you behave, I no longer feel attracted to you. Okay, what can I do to make you feel attracted to me? God forbid. I will never, that's something I can never ever do. But still, you start, because at that point, you don't want to feel the pain that you feel. So you try to do everything possible to unfeel that pain. But at the end of the day, you're going to come back full circle to that pain and you're going to meet it. So it's better if they tell you, you know what, I can't do this relationship anymore. You take it and run with it. Fuck, my lights just went out. But yeah,